Today I want to share 5 tips to help you not waste your time anymore, value your time, and then turn into the future vision of yourself that you have in your head. You're balancing a 9-to-5 job. I know how hard it is. I know how it feels like you have hardly any time. I used to be somebody who, when I wasn't in work, I was kind of not really doing much. I would scroll on my phone, TikTok and social media. I was waiting for motivation. And eventually I realized that that motivation wasn't going to come and that my current actions were actually dictating who I was today. And it's my responsibility and I'm not happy with it. That led me down a path of really figuring out how to implement new routines and new habits. My first tip is to prioritize and sacrifice. So what I mean by this is you need to write out what you want your priorities to be. And it's easy to see what our priorities currently are because it's what we're currently doing. It's what we're currently investing our time in. If you are spending lots of time with your girlfriend or boyfriend and you haven't been working out as much as you should be doing or you want to be doing, your priority lies with your girlfriend and boyfriend, and that's totally fine. But if you want to be working out more, then you need to start prioritizing that more. You need to write a list of genuinely what do you actually want your priorities to be. Make it a clear list so you can see what you want it to be, and write a list of what they are right now. If you're sleeping till like 10 a.m, your priority is sleeping compared to going to the gym in the morning. In life, this is always changing, right? Our priorities are always changing because we're always changing and the things around us are always changing. And sometimes it's not possible to prioritize everything. And so that's where sacrifice comes in. You have to decide what is going to sacrifice in order for you to prioritize something else. And a lot of the times also sacrifice, it can seem like a really negative thing, but actually most of the times we're actually sacrificing things that aren't totally good for us. For example, how I said at the start that I used to be someone that would scroll on my phone, not eat good food, blah, blah, blah. In the end, I sacrificed going on social media so I could then prioritize going to the gym. Long term, this was so much better for my mental health. Lately, I've realized that I've not actually been heading in the direction of my goals as I should have been. And then I've had to sacrifice seeing friends. I've had to say no. Sorry, I'm busy for the next few weeks. I'll have to see you this time because I really need to prioritize in the right direction. So prioritize and sacrifice. My second tip is to make small, doable goals. Now this is so important, and I heard something the other day that said like less than 3% of people make goals, which is like absolutely insane because your goals are your direction. If you don't have a goal, if you don't have like an end destination, you don't know where you're gonna go. You can't find something if you don't know what you're looking for. And when I say small doable goals, I mean we're not going crazy here. We need to make realistic, measurable goals and break them down step by step. Say for example, you get up at 10 a.m. every morning. Okay, maybe a good goal for you next week is to start getting up at 8 a.m. Even if you don't go to the gym, just get up at 8 a.m. Get into that routine, get used to getting up. It's fine to have big goals too, like say your big goal is that you want to lose this much weight or something, but break it down into steps of how you're going to achieve that goal and really make it realistic. Like, for example, say you want to start meditation. Do not start by meditating 30 minutes a day. It's just so unrealistic. And this is what actually gets you into the cycle of failure. I've learned this many, many, many times of how you just put too much pressure on yourself and then you go hard on yourself and think, why can't I do it? But it's just because you're being unrealistic. You need to start small. Start by setting small, doable goals. Write them down. It's really important to write them down so you know what they are. Write them in your phone notes, write them in a journal. Make sure that you have them clear. Have them in your mind, keep them in your mind, and start making small steps towards doing them. My tip 3 is on food. If you're working a 9-to-5 job like me and you don't have time, eating healthy, eating lots of veg and fruit, I just have 2 things that I keep in mind. Keep it simple. If you're wanting to eat well, stop overcomplicating everything. Stop looking on social media and thinking, can I have gluten? Can I have this? Can I have this? All these different nutrients, all these different vitamins. Stop overcomplicating it and think, how can I add fruit and veg to this meal? So for example, in that clip before, you saw my routine. In the morning, it was so easy to add avocado and spinach to a smoothie of banana and pineapple. Then in the lunchtime, it's so easy to have broccoli, sweet potato and kale. I literally just put them in the oven with some oil, some seasoning, and in the oven they go. Then in the evening, I just made a wrap because it was so easy to, in that, have peppers, mushrooms, and again, avocado. So we're just thinking of simple meals that don't require that much time, and it's stuff that's just packed full of veg. If you are eating 80% or 90% lots of fruit and veg, you are absolutely fine. You are doing super well. Don't overcomplicate. Can I have bread? Can I have this? That is what is off-putting to actually trying to be healthy in the first place. Try your best, pack fruit and veg in, and you're doing absolutely fine. You're gonna have good energy levels in time. Just keep packing them in every day, and soon before you know it, you're literally gonna feel like a kid on candy. That's exactly how I feel. I literally feel like I'm bouncing off the walls from broccoli. Number 4, inspire yourself on a daily or weekly basis. This is something that my friend said to me a few years ago, and it just always stuck with me because I kind of just always thought, you know, there's those people that are like so motivated and they're just those type of people. But actually, no, like everyone needs to stay inspired because this world can be, you know, depressing and there can be things going on and everyone goes through hard times, and we need to look for things that inspire us on a daily basis to keep motivated, to keep moving towards those dreams, to keep moving towards those goals that you have. I started following some people on Instagram who were doing jump rope, and it just really inspired me. I was like, wow, look at their journey. Like they started like this and now they're doing all these tricks and stuff. And so sometimes I literally just scroll looking at these people doing jump rope, and it really gets me into the mood to want to go and do jump rope. Be following people that inspire you, following people that are on the same path as you. I think especially if you're on self-improvement or you're really into your self-growth, wanting to better yourself, it can be a super lonely path because you can look around you and a lot of people aren't on that path. A lot of people don't care. A lot of people I find super uninspiring, unmotivating, and so make sure that you're following people and remembering that there's way more out there than just what you see, what you're currently around. There's so much more happening in the world. There's so many more people in the world, and don't lose sight of that. You don't listen to the people that aren't doing much with their days because we want to better ourselves, we want to have a happy life. So make sure you're surrounding yourself with that type of positivity. Tip number 5 is stop thinking black and white. And what I mean by this is when we fail, or maybe fail's not the right word, but when we say we're going to do something and we don't do it and we get hard on ourselves, we usually fall into a failure cycle. We usually fall into this cycle where we just then throw our towel in and we go to the opposite extreme and we completely give up. You're not going to succeed if you keep beating yourself up so hard. It's how you then get back onto the ride, which is what counts. You need to learn from that and be like, okay, you know what, I didn't prioritize it this time. Have a sit down, honest chat with yourself and say, that wasn't really good, okay, but what can I learn from here? Next time I'm not gonna do that. And from today, I'm just gonna keep on eating healthy. These little things, it's how you bounce back which matters the most. So stop thinking so extreme, stop thinking so polarizing. There's such a gray area in between all of this. And if you're eating healthy most of the time and you slip off once, that's absolutely fine. Just come back on the track and keep going again. It's consistency which matters the most. If you're being overall consistent, 90%, 80% consistent, you're on the right track. Be patient with yourself. These things take time. It's took me a whole year, like literally a whole year, to really ingrain good habits in myself and moving in the direction of my goals. Can't change things just like that. Rome wasn't built in a day, but also start now. There's no reason to wait. There's no reason to waste more time. All the actions you take today, all the decisions, all the choices that you make today are gonna determine who you're gonna be in the future. And you can change at any moment. You can change, you can decide, you know what, today I've had enough. Be open to change with yourself. Know that you can change. Try to start believing that you can change. I personally believe everyone can change. I just believe that we all have different blockages in our lives and we just have to move through those. Today could be the day that you decide to move forward in a different way. Yeah, I hope this has somehow helped. I know that we're all very, very busy. We're all time consumed, and working 9 to 5 is really, really hard to balance things, but I also believe that your job is not your life, and so getting into a good routine is super important, because I don't think we're alive just to go to work and sit on a desk. We should be having routine, we should be enjoying life around those moments. Keep your future vision and keep making those steps towards getting there, and you will get there. So yeah, thank you for watching.